The moment changed everything. I just didn't know it then. I walked away that night. I was never the same again. Nobody tells you that some moments only reveal their importance years later. At the time, it just feels like another ordinary day, until you realize it became the day everything changed. I still remember the sound of the door closing. The silence afterward felt louder than the goodbye. I kept telling myself it'll get better tomorrow. Then tomorrow turned into months, and months turned into someone I barely recognized. I smiled more carefully, trusted more slowly, spoke less often, questioned myself more than I ever had before. It's strange how one moment can rewrite an entire personality without asking permission. Some storms don't destroy houses, they quietly change the people living inside them. I was never the same again. That version of me disappeared, not all at once, but piece by piece. I was never the same again. The mirror learned a different phase, the heart learned different lessons, the soul carried different weight. But somehow I'm still here. People asked, "Have you been?" I mastered saying I'm alright, because explaining would have taken longer than anyone expected. How do you describe a change nobody witnessed? How do you explain that your laughter started sounding unfamiliar to yourself? I stopped chasing the person I used to be, because eventually I understood life wasn't asking me to go backward. It was asking me to grow differently, even if it hurt. Sometimes survival looks nothing like strength until years later, when you finally look back. I was never the same again. The old chapters reached their end. The pain rewrote the pages, but it couldn't steal the pain. I was never the same again. The fire left its mark, but even ashes can become the beginning of something stronger. I kept mourning the person I lost until I realized that version of me helped create the one standing here. Maybe change isn't betrayal. Maybe change is proof that we survived enough to become someone new. I still carry pieces of yesterday, but they no longer carry me. The memories remain, the lessons remain, the scars remain, but the shame finally left. I don't need to erase my past to appreciate my future, because every chapter, even the painful ones, built the road I'm walking now. And maybe that's enough. I was never the same again. Maybe that isn't tragedy. Maybe it's growth, wearing unfamiliar clothes. I was never the same again, but I'm no longer afraid of becoming someone my younger self could never imagine. Every loss, every lesson, every scar, every sunrise let me hear. And for the first time, I'm grateful I kept going. One day you'll stop asking why everything changed, and start noticing everything you became. Because of it, you'll stop searching for the old version of yourself, and finally appreciate the one who refused to give up when every reason said you should. Said you should. People kept saying time heals everything. I believed him until I realized time doesn't heal by itself. It simply gives you more opportunities to decide whether you'll keep bleeding or begin rebuilding. Some mornings I still woke up looking for pieces of the person I used to be, only to discover those pieces didn't belong in the life I was growing into. Maybe I wasn't losing myself. Maybe I was outgrowing the version pain forced me to become. Some endings feel like loss until they become the reason a better beginning could finally exist. I was never the same again, but maybe I wasn't meant to be. Some chapters close forever, so new ones can finally breathe. I was never the same again. The tears became the rain that slowly taught a broken heart how to bloom again. I carried anger longer than I should have. Not toward people, toward myself, for trusting, for hoping, for believing things would last forever. I replay decisions like I could negotiate with history, as if enough regret could somehow rewrite the ending. But yesterday never changed, no matter how many nights I stayed awake, arguing with it. Eventually I understood acceptance isn't agreeing with what happened, it's refusing to let it steal another tomorrow. There were seasons I couldn't recognize joy, not because it disappeared, because I stopped expecting it. Disappointment became so familiar, hope felt suspicious. Every good moment made me nervous, waiting for something to take it away. Living like that is exhausting, preparing for heartbreak inside moments that haven't broken yet. I wasted years protecting myself from happiness because I confused vulnerability with danger. Then one day I laughed without forcing it and realized healing had been happening quietly the entire time. Growth rarely announces itself, it simply arrives, looking ordinary, until you notice you're no longer reacting the way you used to. I was never the same again. Now I understand why the strongest trees still carry scars from every storm they survived. I was never the same again. And maybe that's the greatest evidence that pain never had the final word. If I could sit beside the person I used to be, I'd tell them, you won't stay here forever. The nights will feel endless. Until they don't, you'll cry more than you expected. You'll question almost everything, but don't mistake your breaking for your ending. Sometimes the pieces fall apart because they're making room for someone much stronger than you can imagine. I've stopped asking why life changed me. Now I ask what it's teaching me. That single question changed everything, because purpose lives in different places than blame. Lessons grow faster than resentment. Peace lasts longer than revenge. Forgiveness carries less weight than bitterness, and hope travels farther than fear. These aren't things I learned overnight, the things life whispered after repeating the same lesson until I finally listened. Some wisdom caused tears, but it's still worth learning. I was never the same again. Now I wear that truth without shame, because survival changes people, and that's okay. I was never the same again. The road was longer than I expected. The nights were darker than I imagined, but the sunrise still found me, and every step that almost broke me also built me into someone who knows the value of continuing. One day, someone will ask how you made it through, and you'll pause, not because you don't remember, because there were too many moments, too many silent victories, too many mornings you almost stayed in bed, too many nights you thought hope had left forever, yet somehow you kept choosing another breath, another step, another sunrise, until one day the pain stopped introducing itself as your identity and started becoming part of your testimony. You'll never become the person you were before. Some chapters don't allow that, but you can become someone wiser, kinder, stronger, more compassionate, more honest, more grateful than you ever believed possible. So no, I was never the same again. And looking back, I don't think I was supposed to be, because the person who walked into the storm could never have become the person who walked out of Lee. And maybe that's the quiet miracle hidden inside survival. Not that life returns you to who you were, but that it teaches you how to become someone who no longer needs yesterday to define tomorrow.